The best and worst movies I've seen so far this year. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Savannah. I go to the movies a lot and then I talk about them, post movie reviews, and all of that jazz. Ignore the sty in my eyeball. So, as we get into the summer season, because it is the month of May, I feel like this is a good place for us to pause and recap the last 4 months, in a sense. So, what are the numbers? According to my handy dandy spreadsheet, as of this minute, I have seen 74 films. 68 of those were in theaters, 6 of those were streaming, mostly Netflix and then early access screeners. Of that 74, most of them were either dramas, horror, or action films, and most of them were rated R. Quick disclaimer, these are my personal opinions, so if I disrespect your favorite film, I don't know what to tell you. From January to April, these are the best, worst, and most underrated movies from each month. And by underrated, I mean a movie that you probably didn't see but should have. Starting off strong in the month of January. Now, January includes movies that were released in 2024 but didn't get a wide release until 2025 or didn't go streaming until 2025. Most of those were Oscar films. We're not going to count those in this little exercise. Now, they're counted in the 74, but they're not counted here. Now, according to my little spreadsheet from January, Presence was the best movie I saw that month. And I don't disagree with that. I love a good ghost story, and I love that we're seeing the happenings of this movie through the eyes of this Presence. This is probably the most unlikable I've ever seen Lucy Liu, to be quite honest. The film itself is kind of experimental in, form and narrative, and I appreciate that. The worst movie I saw in January was this movie called Both Eyes Open. That thing was terrible. I don't even remember how I found out about this movie. I never saw a trailer for it. I was probably bored and just scrolling through the showtimes on the AMC app, and that's how I came across it. That's probably what happened. That happens often. This was like an interesting cross between a really bad Lifetime and BET movie that should have just been stuck on the outer corners of Tubi. Yeah. Now, a movie that was actually really good that came out in January, but almost nobody saw it, was Companion. Sophie Thatcher is quickly becoming a favorite of mine, and Jack Quaid is just a doll baby. I love him so much. But no, this movie was just solid, and I'm really angry that it didn't do better. Now, going into February, best movie I saw in February was My Dead Friend Zoe. This was a directorial debut as well. I'm seeing a lot of movies coming out this year where it's people getting an opportunity to tell their stories through film. This one is very much like that. The director here was a Army veteran. To keep it plain, this movie is about PTSD, grief, and loss. Stars Sonequa Martin Green, Morgan Freeman, Ed Harris. Just lovely. The worst movie I saw in February is definitely top 5 worst movies I've seen so far this year. I'm still angry every time I think about it. The movie was just an absolute waste of talent, waste of time. I don't understand why it exists. Love hurts. The movie was just bad. Ariana DeBose's post-Oscar run needs to be studied. I need a peer-reviewed article to make it make sense to me. A movie that was really good, but you probably didn't see it, but it actually had a really long theater run, The Monkey. Number 1, it's a Stephen King adaptation, and we all love those, whether you want to admit it or not. Number 2, it stars Theo James. The carnage was next level in this movie, okay? The short story it's based on is tame in comparison. And it's not even that bad, but they really took it to the next level. So it's directed by Osgood Perkins, who also directed Longlegs. And real talk, I'm down for whatever baby Norman Bates is doing. I don't care. He could direct a Barney movie. I'm sad. Going into the month of April, so the best movie I saw, this was an early access screener that I was so grateful to sit in my bedroom and watch because I cried. Bob Trevino likes it. Just basically an homage to father-daughter relationships. A movie that really just kind of speaks to the heart and pain of being a fatherless daughter, or the, daughter of an absent father, a father who's in your life, but not really. I think any woman who's ever grown up without a father figure or has yearned for a father figure can really understand and relate to this movie. It's one of those movies that just makes you feel seen, beautifully acted. Oh, it's just such a good movie. Worst movie I saw was Opus. I couldn't even tell you what this thing was about. It's A24. It's probably the worst thing I've seen from A24, and that's crazy because I saw Y2K. Very unusual from A24. But yeah, I don't even remember what this thing was about. It was so unremarkable. I just remember just being very disappointingly bad. Starred John Malkovich, Iowa Debris, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, from The Bear. She's doing great things with television, and she did Inside Out too, but this was not for her. She deserved better than this. She was better than the movie as a whole, if that makes sense. A movie that you didn't see but probably should have was Black Bag. Just one of the coolest espionage films. It was just good. And there was a pieces of it that I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. I don't get it, but the way the end ties it all together, beautifully done. So this is also directed by Steven Soderbergh, who directed Presence. This was a Focus Features release. I don't know. This was good. Michael Fassbender, what's her name? Kate Blanchett, the dude from Bridgerton, and Pierce Brosnan, and a whole bunch of other people. Great cast, just so beautiful to look at, aesthetically pleasing. The costumes, just the kind of hard and very precise edges of the film, just the pacing, the sound, it's just good. Good movie, great. I hate that it did not get the love and attention it deserved. And last but not least, the month of April. Best movie I saw in April, Warfare. A hill I will die on. I don't care how you feel about it. This is the best movie I have seen so far this year. Hands down, just amazing. The sound production, the sound editing, God, I can still hear Joseph Quinn screaming, and it's been weeks. I love a good ensemble piece where it's a true ensemble piece where no one is more important than you have to, in order for the film to work, you have to work together. You have to be a unit. And I love how that's seen in the way it's blocked, the way the cast is built in order to kind of mirror reality, this platoon that finds themselves in this hard to get out situation. Love it. Now, the worst movie I saw in the month of April was this movie called Sneaks, or at least what I saw of it. I fell asleep. I will not walk out of a movie. I refuse. I will not do it. But I will fall asleep if it's that bad. And lucky for me, the 3 times that I have fallen asleep in the movie theater in the last 2 years, I was the only person in the theater. This thing was so boring and just dumb. The animation was just awful. It was just not fun to look at. It gave me a headache. It has a lot of people talking, not Halle Bailey, but her sister, Chloe Bailey, Anthony Mackie. So it's a nice little stacked cast. It's just, the movie was just not good, but the animation was so bothersome. The Ballad of Wallace Island is a movie that you probably didn't see, but you should have, and if you haven't yet, figure it out. Great. This kind of film is what I would call small but mighty. It's a tiny little film, very simple but very effective, and has such a beautiful, humbling message within it. Great music. Carey Mulligan sings. What's his name? I think that's Tim Key. He sings. It's about this man in the middle who's basically, hired this duo singing group to perform a concert on his island. Unbeknownst to them, he is the concert. He is the audience. It's just him. He's obsessed with their music. He's a huge fan, has all this memorabilia, knows all their songs. He has basically commissioned this duo to sing for him. The problem is they haven't been a duo for years, and it's all about reconnecting, human connection, and, finding yourself, and, letting go of your pride and your ego. And it's a love story, unconventionally so. I don't know. I loved the movie. I just loved it. There are a lot of films that could have made the list but didn't. But come back in September when I recap the summer season.